Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll
Keep your radio down.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot 7025fm.com.
And just like that, it's Thursday.
We are back.
Let me get some of this hair together, because it is Get It Together on Hot 702.5 FM. I'm so glad to be here today. Taking that breath. Taking that deep breath. Letting it all out. Let it all in. Deep. And exhale. Because we're making it.
Yes, we are. We're here today.
We are. Everybody that woke up, blessed.
Yes.
And blessed. So, yep, it is Thursday. Get it together.
And we're trying to keep it together.
And we really are. We're trying to keep it together. Man. Like, every day, I pray, meditate, talk to myself.
Yeah.
You know, send out positive messages and energy. Mm-hmm. And that's draining, too. You have to, when you have empathy and when you have other people on your mind and heart and situations on your mind and heart.
Yep.
And because you want to give it something.
What is that called? An impasse, when you feel others' their emotions.
That's what they call it.
Yep.
I just say moved by the spirit myself, I like to be, so when I feel people on my heart, I like to give it the energy, at least to say, Lord bless him.
Yep.
Touch him, or that kind of stuff. So we are sending that out today because it's needed.
It's necessary.
While we're here trying to get ourselves together, it is very much needed for us to inhale and exhale. We talk about that breathing all the time.
Breathing.
And control what you can and what you cannot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's about self-awareness too. I'm back in school now, so my first course is about emotional intelligence and even IQs, but we're mostly talking about like how to be a manager, how to manage people. Because if you can't manage yourself, you can't manage no one else.
Yeah.
So I'm, self-awareness
emotions under wrap.
is huge.
You know what I'm saying?
I took if you ever get a chance, take a emotional intelligence test, just to see where you are when it comes to you, relationships, others. It's interesting. So be aware. If you know your triggers, if you know what bothers you, or you're gonna get stressed, sit back and think about it.
Right.
So,
well, good, because the educational portion is what activates the neurons. That shit turns me on. That's like my language. You know what I mean?
Especially to be able to say it back right now, like, I've been learning.
Repetition and participation and all that good shit is like what we need to keep our brains active. And then it diverts your attention from some of the other stuff that we've been paying attention to, which is usually a lot of nonsense. So education, man, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what the wealthy tell you. You got to be smart about the education, because obviously we're dealing with student loans and shit like that. Speaking of that, I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But I didn't have a chance to to do any of the dirty dining stuff and check on the restaurants. That's a little draining too. I'm gonna tell you something. Well, that everybody's doing what they're supposed to do by all the A's. I want to acknowledge that because there are a ton of restaurants that are passing inspection. But for the ones that don't, I really do like to get that information because we need to know where not to go.
Right.
Yeah. So I haven't really been on that right now, but we did have a really good dinner last night that we could definitely speak on because this particular restaurant, the wait is so long.
Thank you.
Right.
At most of the other locations that they did right by a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had TK Oyster Bar.
And I finished mine today.
So
did
is
too.
it PK? Yeah, I had it
TK.
for breakfast. Is T?
TK.
T? Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right. I was well off. Way off.
PK.
I thought it was
Is
PK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
One of those.
whatever. Just know.
Okay.
Oyster bar.
Listen, we don't even say the front name of an oyster bar. You know what we're talking about. We're either talking about Rancho and the what's the name casino.
Palace Station.
We're either talking about the Palace Station or we're talking
Santa
about
Fe.
the Santa Fe, which
Right.
is yeah.
The Santa Fe. Yeah.
And then there's the one more.
Well, this one now, but I don't know. I think ain't that it? Just the two in
No,
this
there's
new
one
It's
more.
4 of them, right?
There's one more, and
There's four in
it's in the Henderson area. Those
Oh.
casinos, one of those.
I've never been to that one.
South Point.
Okay. Oh, well, they're doing pretty good.
Is
I
it?
don't
No?
think so. Oh, it is South Point. It sure is. We done been there like twice.
Stop playing.
I
Yeah.
know it is
Yeah,
South
okay.
Point.
So I was cool. I think for it to be new, they did what they needed
You
to.
just like to cover my face, huh? I'm just kidding. Okay.
I ordered the clam chowder for my starter, and I'm beginning to feel indifferent about clam chowder now. I haven't really been able to get San Francisco style.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop. And I wasn't looking for it. There were these places I would dine to go get clam chowder were sufficient.
Okay.
It's not anymore.
It even looked different. It's gray versus
Yeah,
white.
Give me white.
It was,
That's New England.
Right.
This
Okay.
clam chowder, like the roux. What are you doing with the roux?
Yeah, it's different.
Well, he said they didn't make theirs with cream and butter. Their base was something else.
It was something else.
That's why.
Well, it tasted something
probably-
else. I mean, it was palatable.
Yeah, I mean,
And I was hungry.
Scarfed.
There you
Amongst
have it.
other things.
All right. So
Scarfed it down.
I finished my bowl. I was hungry. And I ate the rest of my pasta this morning.
I
as
looked
well.
up and I said, "Oh, I finished my gumbo."
Really? You was.
It was better today.
Yeah,
It
my
was
pasta was
better
better today too. Was yours too?
I would fully agree that
Something
pasta.
about the
Matter of
next
fact,
day.
I was
Yeah.
ready for it again. I was like, I didn't take enough home.
Yeah, I was
gonna
thinking
ask
the
you
same
'cause
thing.
I'm funny about. That's why I didn't get pasta. I'm funny about taking it home because a lot of times it's too, like especially Olive Garden, it's too greasy the
I
next
don't do
day.
Olive
yeah.
Garden
So I
anyway,
never-
so that's not the
Right.
best comparison. However, no, it's had this right amount of mixture.
Everything and the
And the veggies.
still had a little crunch to them.
I didn't have enough
this
crab in my
good.
food left, but
And the shrimp was cooked perfectly. They weren't
shrimp was
dry
plump.
or over.
No, that shrimp was plump.
and they give you a good amount of shrimp too.
Yes,
In that
they
gumbo,
do.
it was a lot of shrimp.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go back.
I would definitely go back.
Yeah.
That
And
was
what-
my only contention was the and they gotta hurry up and get that bar together. So we
Oh, the
Yes, but they were so kind.
They really were.
For us to have our own bottles at the table. I enjoyed that. That was nice.
what's
What?
going on? Why you moving slow over here on my screen?
Oh, I am. I
Gotta
see.
catch up.
Is it me? She said, okay.
But anyway,
Myself.
I would go back. I recommend it. If you find the oyster bars at the casinos, the most popular one is
Palace.
yeah, because
I
it's
think
so
Palace.
small. They broke it down from even smaller now. So
They
it pretty much
did?
is just the bar and like 2 or 3 tables.
Yeah, I don't. I
And
would
people
never,
are still wrapped around the casino to,
Why did they make it so
I
small?
would never.
Maybe because they were preparing for the brick and mortar, and I'm not sure if how they're all related, because some of them are not. I think there's like one or two that might not. I'd have to do the real math on it, but
right.
Yeah, nonetheless, this one is intimate too. So anybody going,
but it's really pretty.
Get in there.
I liked it. I like the atmosphere of it, and it. If it was on the bay, the way those windows sit in the back, oh my God, it would have been so pretty.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Mm-hmm. That's what the first thing I was looking.
And then you would have got some real clam chowder.
I was going to say, look, you all in there.
We too far from the water.
Then I'm imagining like the real clam chowder. So it is very clear that I'm going to have to get back to the Bay Area.
It's just time
to hit on the clam chowder in San Francisco. Yeah, I'm going to have to get my feel. Because clam chowder is like one of my favorite top foods. Like it's
I know you've always
right.
Yeah.
Always. She orders soup everywhere. Yeah, I be like, girl, her and this clam chowder, and it'll be a whole meal, and she'll be happy with the clam chowder. If it's on point, it's a whole meal for her. So
no, it's true. It's very very true. And so I've gotten a little critical now because my taste buds are wide open, probably because I've been eating far less. So maybe everything feels like it's a fresh burst of taste buds or something. I don't know, but I was not, I ate it and it's palatable. It's good, but it's not what, I'm looking for a little chunky clam chowder. I'm looking for
a little chunky.
Give me a little bit. I don't want the soup.
Potatoes.
It's been but no, these
are potatoes in there?
Yeah, it was potatoes.
Girl, it was soup.
It was soup.
Very soupy. Very
clam
soupy.
chowder is a thicker roux.
Yeah, I asked him if it was thick. Like, that's why he said it didn't have the cream. It wasn't made with cream and butter.
It needs to be a lot of thickness, a lot of potatoes, a lot of clam, and
Yes.
Did you like Spangers? You remember Spangers from Berkeley back in the day?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Spangers, and you know who's on hit? Jack London Square. Scott's. Stop
We
playing
don't talk
with me.
about nothing else. We're going to talk about food, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
well, that's what we do.
Yeah, Scott's. One of the best clam chowders around.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
next to going on the water and on the pier. So, speaking of Bay Area, I can't do nothing else, but I got to shout out Lunel. I have to. We cannot talk about the Bay and then skip and come back because we represent Oakland all day, every day. And we got town business.
Town business.
Yes, Lunel is bringing town.
Wrong. I'm moving too much. I can't sit still. It's this Gemini nervous energy, girl. I can't do it.
Well, let's take another breather. Let's do a whole in and out
because
you didn't get to do.
Yeah,
and you came out of a whole transition trying to get here. So everybody listening, everybody who tuned in, we taking a deep breath in and out. And shaking the shit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. If it don't
These
matter
weeks
in this
feel like
moment,
they're getting harder and harder. And I don't want to claim it, but
yeah, it's definitely
you're fighting all over.
It's a hill.
All kind of battles.
Yes.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, we climbing a hill. It's a lot of movement going on in this house.
I know.
Anyway, shake this shit off, y'all. Listen, because all we have is moments.
Right.
And so when we come before you guys, bringing the noise, it's a moment. This is a moment, right? And we bring in good shit because we want you to hear and be aware and, follow good instruction, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, so Lunel got her whole Netflix flowers, and she did it with class and style with Chappelle's stamp. Dave Chappelle's stamp, like that's his team.
Okay.
And so her show comes out. I watched her little intro about 10, 12 times.
You did? For Netflix?
Mm-hmm. She got a little intro. And
sitting
I'm like,
in that queen's chair like she do.
Ain't she queen?
Yeah, she is a queen.
Let me tell you something.
She is absolutely a queen of comedy.
So we went to go see her. That's why we've been doing this.
Yeah, we've been seeing Lunel for decades.
Listen, we've been seeing Lunel on Soul Beat.
Decades.
Soul Beat. Y'all go to Soul Beat. Soul Beat. Just look up Soul Beat on Instagram.
And yes, they
gonna let you know what built Oakland.
Yes, right.
I ain't never
So,
even known
absolutely
none of
right.
that.
You
I ain't
know
never
about
even
the soul beat?
heard of.
Yeah, that was our MTV, baby.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God! And it was
Excuse
barely
me.
black and white, a little tint of red, kind
Right.
of, and the commercials.
In the Wicked commercials, they was famous for the commercials.
They was famous for the commercials.
I thought I'd never get credit again. That was my favorite line. I used to say that because she didn't say credit. She said credit.
Yeah. So Soul Beat was Tubi.
Yeah.
Straight the fuck up.
Oh,
There you go.
well.
Good
Soul Beat
example.
was Tubi. Baby, you was going to
example.
get any type of anything on the interview at any given time. It was going down. But it was Tupac. It was Lunel. It was
Yes.
Pimps and Players. It was Oakland. It was the heart of Oakland. And
Yes.
so they kind of bringing it back. They're going to be doing, I guess, a special on it. And I think Lunel's going to be involved in that.
Oh, that'll be good. Really
Yeah,
good.
because people don't really realize how much Oakland contributed to the cause.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
We were pioneers. That I posted something from a comedian that's doing a tour, and he's talked about how he got his passport and he's about to go international doing comedy, and he said, "Yeah, I'm going to the Bay." And he was like, yeah, the Bay is international. They are an island all by themselves. It's different out there. And they got their own rules. They got their own fashion. They got their own style,
Right.
their own music,
Yeah,
everything.
and let me tell you something about Lunel. I'm surprised we ain't never crossed paths. Because she's like meat. She likes the players and pimps. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah,
gonna be
she
singing with
is.
Bishop Don Juan, and I done had a little hangout with Bishop Don Juan. I ain't name dropping her nothing like that. But I'm just saying, Lunel comes
Yeah,
from.
okay.
You know what I mean? She comes from that type of because we like the players and pimps because
Yeah.
the
She said
way the
players.
players and pimps were in Oakland, the P's.
Oh, Lord.
Can't believe this woman. I don't know nothing about that.
But not like that. Like
I don't know nothing about that.
not like that.
Like y'all wasn't together.
It was a flex. It was when somebody said they was a pimp. It was a movement. It wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily I was living a lifestyle like that. It was E40. It was popping your collar.
I mean, the Mac was
was
made
the
in
Mac.
Oakland
Right,
on the street I
right.
grew up on.
Need I say more?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
and everybody
that's
know
more.
who the Mac is.
And everybody knows who the Mac is. So
Right.
anyway, shout out to Lunel for that move. She deserved it.
She deserves it.
She's got her whole little seat. Go watch her at
She
Jimmy
fired.
Kimmel.
And
We
she
went to see her at
fired.
Jimmy Kimmel,
You sure
New
did.
Year's. We bought it in with her.
Yeah, sure did.
She was on fire. She took her shoes off and sat and was like, next. Take a picture. Next.
Like it
was
just
like-
flows so naturally for her.
It was like,
Right?
girl, if you don't open your eyes and take a picture with us. Yeah, shout out. So watch the show. Netflix is September 25th, the day after my birthday.
Yay.
September 24th.
It is birthday.
It is.
We're supposed to be taking some shots.
Right.
Yes, birthday
We did
season.
enough last night, you know.
Yeah, I went home
Just
and
feeling a
went
little
straight
old.
to bed.
Yeah, I did too. I passed out.
Shoot, it was a great night.
Yes, it was.
So speaking of a great night, I think it's very important that women continue to support women and stop falling into this ordeal that we don't like each other because society says we don't. It's not true.
Right.
Right.
Very not true.
And I'm going to start really calling out myths about black women because that's a myth. The angry black woman is a myth.
Right.
We take so much and then we can't take no more. Now we angry.
Right.
No.
No.
Nope.
We're very passive and forgiving and accepting, which is why a lot of
Yes.
people got accepted into
Oh,
categories
my
of
God.
people that didn't exist. You know what I mean? That
Right.
didn't feel like they fit in anywhere else.
Right.
You come to a black woman, we're going to take you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk that girl.
I don't know where
talk
they
to
got
these
this
people.
bullshit that we don't get along. It's not true. It's
Right.
not true.
Right.
Yeah, people have preconceived notions and irritations or personalities. And I don't even want to get into that energy shit. Y'all need to let the word go because you've abused it. Oh, I'm
Right.
checking your energy and what's your energy? It ain't that. What's your motives, nigga? Like, what's your intention?
Yeah.
What's your, where's your heart? Where's your core? Where's your
Right.
substance? I don't care about no energy. I'm going to call you out in my spirit if I see you moving funny and it's weird or you're weird. It's just, people are weird.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I say that all the time.
People are weird.
People are weird.
So, yeah, the support of a black woman, there's nothing like it from all different walks, talks in life. So we're at this table, and there's married women at this table.
Yes.
There's divorced women at this table.
Women, single women.
You know what I'm saying? There's single women that want to be married at this table.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're all having healthy dialogue.
Yes, ma'am.
Funny as hell, too.
Yeah. Everybody got their own little humor, and it's all light.
And everybody can be vulnerable.
Right.
Exactly.
We didn't have a problem taking our coats off a little bit and letting our hair down amongst each other because there's genuine care. And if you don't care about me, you care maybe about the issue that we're talking about.
At hand. Right. Exactly.
Loved it. Because it's hard sometimes to get along with women sometimes. You know what I mean? Because like you said, what are your intentions? And some people are just kind of, they're scared to open up, may have been hurt before. You just never know people's backgrounds. So.
You don't.
Right.
But if you receive people where they are, then you can test the waters.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me see what you're really going through. But for the most part, I think black women are so awesome that we're so accepting, that we're so
we are.
loving, especially if we do get a chance to learn your story.
Yep.
Then it changes the perspective of how I see you if I saw you as a threat before.
Right.
Or if I saw you as, your intentions funny, but your intentions are funny because you've been hurt.
Right.
Because there have been a lot of women who have not been genuine, but it doesn't make the race that way. We are beautiful black women, and I'm telling you, we had a ball.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I had a lot of fun.
Can't wait till the next go round, and maybe we can really make this a woman's club because Vegas feels a little unsupportive. I have a lot more girlfriends in the Bay Area.
Unsupportive. Yeah.
You feel that way too?
I've been here too long not to have, some chums.
Right.
I got a few select.
Right.
And I've been in the streets, you know what I mean?
And they probably all transplants that came with you from the Bay, huh?
Either that or some extension of somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Not from the foundation of here.
Right.
Okay.
And that might be because it's cliquish. And my girls learned that when they moved here.
Really?
When they went to high school, they was like, we can't do this because these girls, if we don't know them, then they won't open up. But when you go to a familiar area where chicks is like, oh, you knew? That's when they knew they got a good school because we walked in and some girls immediately was like, what's up?
Yeah. We went from one school to the next, and we also found family. We were like, oh, shoot. I found a few different, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I got to feel that energy. When I feel, you got to kind of test that. Cause
I agree.
Shadow was not doing it.
Not doing it.
Was it the same part of Las Vegas? Just different schools? Okay.
Yep. I think our review was like a year or maybe 2 brand new when we got here. So it was one of the newer schools at that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the love is here, and the love is wherever God wants people to get together because we all need support.
Yep. We all need support.
And we need girlfriends we can say, let's go have something to eat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
We need girlfriends that it's breaking bread.
Absolutely. Nothing like it.
It's nothing like it.
Bonding over food, because that's what we do. And the kitchen is usually always the most popular room in the house when folks get together anyway.
Yep.
So to break bread and have good conversation and trust I know you don't like this word, but the energy and the vibe and all of that you're picking up, because I may listen to somebody, but if I pick up a different vibe than what their mouth is saying, I will shut down. And so people will think I'm standoffish, but I just don't know what that vibe or that energy I'm picking up.
So sometimes people talk too much for one, and you're like, oh, here you go. You just, you extra.
Right.
But
so I know that energy.
I do believe in keeping the circle intimate when it comes to certain, because the more you open up, the more you do open it up for different types of, as you will, energy.
Yes.
And so guards go up because you don't know. If you're defensive and you understand what's happening inside of you that's questioning some spidey shit, like you own some bullshit, you ain't here for the right reasons type stuff. When you start picking that up, it kind of makes you stand back a little bit. But that's all about, testing the spirit by the spirit is how I call it. How you moving, what's up.
Yeah.
But so we were talking about the TV shows, because the nail special Country Wayne has a special out.
Yeah, I want to see
cannot
his.
wait to watch that.
I know. I set my reminder. Did I miss it? It ain't out yet.
It's out.
It's out.
It's out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta go. I'm going to veg out this a little bit.
This the time of year on the fall shows.
It
So people are
is
dropping
the fall shows.
good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
American Horror Story is coming back. I don't know if anybody watches
You know,
that.
I've watched quite a few seasons, and it's so wild and ripping. I'm just like, what the hell is going on in this episode?
Yeah, and then they fell off a bit. Like the last 3-4 seasons, I was like, I can't do it. It was just too corny and all over the place. But we'll see. This one has Kim Kardashian in it. And she's like some kind of spider or something. So I'm like, I want to...
Black Widow.
Yeah,
That
like a Black
figure,
Widow.
She like that baby type. She like that shit. She be at them old onesies. Shit. Her and Kanye with their old onesies and her face covered in Balenciaga suits that cover you. I'd be suffocating. Did you see what his wife had on the other day? It was a whole tire or some shit she had on her head.
What the hell?
They in competition for who could do the weirdest shit. Like,
Yeah,
they
must be.
to stop it. But anyway, that would be good to see her do her little
thing.
spider shit.
Yeah. Check it out.
I will check it out. Now,
Yeah, because I did try to. I was just going to say, I did try to get into it, so I might have chimed in the wrong season because I just couldn't.
You couldn't connect.
I couldn't connect with it. I was like, all right.
In a few seasons I couldn't connect with. So
okay.
It might have been that.
Yeah, I probably needed to start from the ground up, from the dirt.
The ground up
That's
is
when
good.
it was good.
Yeah, the ground up is
the
good.
first 5 seasons.
And a lot of appearances.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different appearances, people playing the lead.
Yeah.
So it kind of switch a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So American Horror Story, that's cool. But listen, I did watch a show the other night because I haven't been able to watch nothing. My eyes be closed.
I gotta be working. I be multitasking, like, because otherwise I can't watch anything at night either.
Really?
I can't watch it during the day.
I can't watch it
either, 'cause
during
I'm
the
antsy.
day. Yeah.
I feel like it's other shit I need to be doing. Let me figure.
And people be pinging me all day, and I be like, Lord, I couldn't get through a show if I tried.
I couldn't either. 'Cause I can barely put music on before my day just gets hectic. But I watched a show called, what was the Get Rich Quick? It was 3 episodes on Netflix. Baby, they talked about scam artists, student loans, casino scams, which had my antennae straight up. Yeah, they talked about the mindset of a gambler.
Really?
Oh.
They talked about the mindset of a gambler, girl. Yeah, and that whole think I'm going to get rich or think I'm going, and how the scam is in
back
terms
what I
of
lost and all that.
and the hamster wheel, and they talk about how the machines are it's basic math. It's just set up on a timer, and it's set to give you small wins so that it makes you feel like they're giving you something back. But if you played $1 and they only gave you 20 cents, it wasn't nothing. But we're fascinated by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did they say what we should be doing?
Yeah, thank you. Let's get
No,
to
they
the
didn't give up
bottom
no
line.
secrets because this was about...
I'm sure the gambling industry would not allow that.
Right.
Ain't no way.
And really, though, the scam artists and the student loans is really interesting as well.
What did they say about
What
some
about
student loans?
Yeah, I want to know about them student loans.
Well, they talk about how you wind up in debt and that people wound up, they talk to some of the people who got prominent educations.
It's a scam.
And it's a scam.
Absolutely.
And, and then they put you on the wheel, that hamster wheel again, because you now are a slave to that loan.
Right.
And
they're hoping we take out overage.
And listen,
Yeah.
and student loans can last until your death.
Till your
the day you
death.
die.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And beyond if they
Yeah.
can take what's left.
Right. Absolutely.
So, they talked about that.
That's
so it kept me
pretty
really interested
crappy.
because it is. It is. And the fact that we can actually just watch it in America and we own the wrong shit, we paying attention to the wrong stuff.
And they will not pass for us to get no money taken off. Why is that? Why is
Yeah,
that?
because the corporations are lobbying all these politicians that don't work for us. They work for them. So it's easy, and it's billions and billions of dollars that they not trying to hand us. Y'all could have kept some of that other little stuff y'all was handing out and wiped out our debt, but they won't do it. And
I don't know if part of that is collapsing a system. And so the way the government is structured, it's structured in a way that this episode kind of talks about how pyramid schemes work. And if you look at the pyramid scheme, it is almost the structure of the United States.
Yeah. Wow.
I put the U.S. in that structure, but basically Ponzi schemes and shit of that nature, and all those multi-level management groups and whatever you call them, that were structured in terms of either a product or participation and that type of stuff. That's what we got as a country.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody at the top is chewing and eating and doing, the squeeze.
Right.
And listen, the squeeze is real right now.
Oh, yeah.
The squeeze is beyond real right now.
It's out of control.
And now instead of them wanting you 2.5 amount of rent, they want you to have 3 times the amount of rent, but your rent is $2,000 easy for 1 2 bedrooms.
Yep.
It's scary.
They putting the squeeze on because they know something's about to happen.
Right. The dollar's about to change.
Yeah,
that part.
The dollar's about to change.
We ain't gonna have no more money, so cash is about to really.
The cash is not king, and so everybody's cashing out. People are cashing out very quietly.
Yep.
And so the squeeze on the gas, the squeeze on the rent, the squeeze on the food.
Corporations are also pulling back on benefits because our job just rolled out their new package, and I'm like,
this ain't the shit
y'all just took some stuff off the table, like an incentive to even be in this organization, but they'll enhance the 401k, which is putting your money on Wall Street so other people can play with your money. And then you getting penalized for trying to take some of your own money back that you didn't put into the system. Girl.
Yeah, all the 401ks are. Well,
they are, and we're going to have a whole nother discussion about that. I would love somebody call in that is an analyst, 702-551-5261. You can be a guest on the show.
Right.
We would love to talk about the 401ks, and I know quite a few black women that are actually into that, the exchange. So, come on the show. Let's talk about it. We need to educate people about where we're going and what we should be doing. Because I don't know about being aggressive in 401ks.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless you're trying to hit it and quit it.
Right,
you better go on and do 10-12% and take half that check.
Stack it times 5. I use it for a savings account because I'm going to pull my money out.
Pull the money out.
Some kind of way.
I'm going to pull the money out. Honey, let me tell you, I'm a damsel in distress all day long. Give me my shit.
I got a nice because definitely have a nice amount up in that thing.
Yeah. And I just don't like to watch it dwindle. I'm putting this money in it, and then something happens on Wall Street that I have nothing to do, and all of a sudden my money's just
depleted,
going away.
Yeah.
So
don't take a penny.
I'm going to pull out when I need to pull out, and I live by that wholeheartedly because.
Yeah, because I'm still on a tirade about why we still have to wait 80 damn hours for a check. I'm not going to let that go, y'all. Anytime I get a chance to talk about it, I'm trying to figure out how come people are still allowing corporations to give you a check after 80 hours. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
We've been programmed, girl.
Programmed terribly. And I be kicking and screaming every time I get a chance. If I'm in that world. Right now I'm playing in the world, and I'm like, how are y'all? Yeah. This is why I jump off. And I get back on to my entrepreneurship. So listen, listeners. You know what I'm saying? The hamster wheel is not built for the long haul.
I'm wondering if the financial thing also has something to do with BRICS, which they don't like to talk about out here, but you've heard about it, where those other major, the major countries are investing in another monetary system, and ours eventually is going to collapse. And they're saying that our dollar is like, it'll take 50 of theirs to
convert
to get like 50 of ours to convert to $1 of theirs. 50 of our dollars to convert to $1 for BRICS. So that could be some of the underlying fever pitch for the
something going on while gas is going up at the end of the summer.
Right.
This don't make no sense.
Yeah, right.
Gas
Exactly.
creeping back up. And
Gas is going back up.
And listen, you can't even go get you some. My cousin just joined. What's happening, Angie? Cousin Angie.
Hey, Angie.
That's the word she used. She be like her woo woos and jujus or something. She call it. You can't even go get your sweet fix no more for less than $50 in the grocery store.
Right.
An apple pie and some little sweets and shit, and just to go sit and chill.
Everything is expensive.
Ridiculous.
So they either the rich or the poor. There's no middle.
And let me
They
tell you
said that
something.
was coming out. We knew it.
Yeah, we did.
We knew it. They said that when we was young, that it was just it was not going to be the middle class anymore. They were going away.
And that's,
here we are.
And they was telling, and we were like, really, like we could see it, but we couldn't see it until we could see it.
Right.
And even when we saw it, it wasn't really here yet, but it was on the horizon. You know what I mean? Like we used to. Man, some of the conversations we used to have sitting in the car.
I know.
Blazing a little bit, talking about.
Smoking and talking, going deep.
Right.
Because I feel like.
Do you really think that's the moon? Do you really think the world is flat? Do you really think there's a.
We was pretty deep. Because, we was open. I feel like.
Are there really other planets? Is it really aliens? Are we really the aliens? Or are the aliens the ones they're building?
Right. She said, are we the aliens?
I mean, those are deep thought conversations that are
worth having.
Yeah, because we don't really know. Once we found out there were a lot of trickery going on to show us what they wanted to show us, things like Africa not really one, full of kids with flies and that stupid shit that they used to put in front of us on television.
Oh my God!
It changed the way we saw the world.
Right.
And so the world isn't really what they've told us it was. They just
sold
a story.
One commercial like that no more.
Stop. Put the globes away.
Right.
I mean, it's nice to know where these countries are and places are, but we don't really need that round globe. I think you just need to do your maps so we can put it all together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So anyway. Speaking of the TV shows, were there any more? Because that one just took us on a tangent.
I know, it really did. We went way over there.
But when you watch the show, listen, guys, go watch it. It's called Get Rich Quick. It goes back to the original Ponzi's of when we didn't realize people were selling. Remember how I used to watch those shows with people on the beach talking about, you could be here. Get paid now to sit on the beach and let the money roll in. Those old school commercials, and then they get you to buy some sort of tutorial to how to get rich quick.
Oh, yeah. They still do that. It's just different branding now.
Yeah, right.
So it's not. So it takes you back and then it brings you forward.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, please watch the show, you guys. I think it's really important for us to kind of see. Netflix is very open for giving us information.
They really are.
Yeah, they are.
There's all kind of things you find on.
I know, right?
From the way you eat, what they doing to us,
absolutely.
People dying of opioids,
and let me tell you, baby, they get Netflix with them whistleblowers.
Yeah,
they face be blurred, but they be like, "Yes, I was in the factory."
Face and voice me.
I was there, and I watched them mistreat.
Get out of here. Go.
Anyway, so we are. It is my birthday, y'all. That's probably why I am.
It's her birthday.
Yes. This is what 53 looks like.
It's a queen's birthday. It's a queen's birthday.
Thank you. I'm feeling real queenish and brownish and shit. I'm just so. We're going to farmers market Saturday morning because we're quickly entering into fall, which is why I love this season. That's why I love myself. I was born when it was transitioning, right?
That's a nice time. Fall is a nice birthday time.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I always say beginning of summer and fall.
Yep, it is. It's a lovely season. It's the time to start planting your seeds. Start thinking about what you want to do because summer will be here just as quick as winter has arrived, okay?
Right.
I'm like King of Thrones. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
I'm looking forward to Croptober.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. So anyway, quickly, Farmers Market, Saturday, 9 to 2, downtown Summerlin. Go get your fresh flowers. Flowers are beautiful this time of year. Get your fresh bread, get your fresh cakes.
Fruits.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be there. So anybody see you, come holler at the girls.
Yep.
Come holler at the girls. We'll be there for a little bit, just, getting some fresh stuff. I've been on a watermelons kick, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so goddamn disappointed with the watermelons. I'm tired of cracking them open and getting
I didn't see her crack open like 5 watermelons.
And what happened?
And they sitting on the side in a bag. I'm like, well, there goes another bag.
I have not been able to find a Mexican truck with the right type of seed in watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
All these deformed watermelons in the store are pissing me off.
Yeah, the stores don't do it.
And I cracked one open yesterday, and the watermelon had veins. It looked like it had been like they had.
Oh, the white ones.
Like they had the white. I'm so disappointed with watermelons. I can't even emphasize.
That's why, you know what, Nevada, I'm not even gonna go there.
What?
Cause we just can't find nothing that you want. No clam chowder, no water, no fruit. You know what I mean? We're just too far away from
water.
The farmers.
Yeah, the coast.
Which is why we're going to slide to this farmer's market. And I might pay $15 for a watermelon, but I promise you it's probably going to be the best.
Oh, yeah. That was the best one. The last I spent $17. But when they this big.
The big ones, and they seeded. Yes. Yeah, those. That's priceless. Because they're very hard to find.
They are.
They are.
So
I don't know what's up with
everything is GMO because they're modifying everything.
Everything.
And, woof, Lord. That's a whole nother topic.
We all just took a silence.
It's hard out here. Everything else, we fighting our food.
Yeah. The bobbing and weaving, trying to maneuver.
And then we have to pay expenses for it, and y'all not even telling us the truth about it.
Right.
So, damn, I got to spend my money and be lied to.
Right.
Like, no Vaseline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no sparse at all.
Right.
You lying to me about how you making the food, and then I have to pay a supremacy price for it. Mm-hmm. And, you guys are doing really, 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 really weird stuff with our foods and have been for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, go see your farmers before the season is over. Everybody has a farmer's market somewhere in your city.
I miss going to the farm in Fairfield.
That was a nice trip.
Getting fresh strawberries and.
The best we have is the orchard, right?
The orchard, which now they charge to get in, but I guess maybe it helps them keep a number of people. You have to get it ahead of time.
Oh, it staggers the people.
Yeah, because they used to get crazy, so I think it staggers people now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it probably helps with the greed because when you bring a lot of people in the place, people think they have to hoard.
Yeah.
But if it's a select people, you know what I mean, then they might graze a little and not go crazy and take every apple off the tree.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So that's another.
Hoarding is real, so we got to pay attention to that too.
Right.
But the orchard sounds good.
Yeah.
So we'll those are the fall things.
Yeah.
I look forward to all of it.
Yeah.
I do too.
And I'm going to, it's called Pike Place in Seattle next weekend. It's where you get all the fresh fruits and food, and I'm excited to.
Oh, you going to Seattle next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on in Seattle?
Just a getaway. Me and Candace, me and my cousin.
Y'all be traveling. I love it. I'm going to need stories every time because y'all be busy.
Yeah, we do. It's been a minute. So
and at this point, you might as well get it together.
Right.
And just make sure you're uploading good shit because you guys find the nicest spots to hang out, to brunches. You find the best coffee spots. Like that's
the first place we go into.
That's your niche. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
P.S. We're going to plan on opening one.
P.S.
Okay.
Because it's going to happen.
Yeah. But anyway.
Very good. Very good. Love to hear it.
Traveling needs to be high on your list as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to be a luxury, and it's not going to, as everything else is going up, traveling, the luxury of traveling is going to go up as well. So you get it in as much as you can now because it's going to be, I'm certain they're going to try to make it very difficult and blame it on the gas for the plane or something, one thing or another. So
making everything
and
difficult.
They're definitely going to make sure that they put the squeeze on criminals that have been making it through without having to do a visual. But at some point, everybody will do a visual, and they're going to pull your coattail.
Right.
And pull you out and say you on a no-fly. Well, not necessarily the no-fly. We know you're on a no-fly. But, because they'll be able to scan your whole
face
being.
And I think this is by next year.
Because Clear is pretty much up and running, isn't it?
Yeah, Whitney was my daughter was part of that startup for Clear. And so she was, a lot of people, how they enticed people was they would send you a 30 or 60 or 90-day plan for you and your family to try it out. And then it's $159.99 after that. Oh, wow. So people was calling for refunds on a regular. I don't know how they made their money, but sometimes if you get the money first and double it, you let the people call back for their money. We got enough to refund them, right? Because we're in the airports. We here. Yeah. So that's what they did. But yeah, you're gonna have to scan your face. They're gonna limit the passport access because it's gonna be all tied in.
Right.
It's gonna be all tied in. As soon as I scan your face, I know who you are. You good? Go through.
Yeah.
You good? Go through. You can travel.
And then some of these countries might make it harder to, because now what? You got to get a visa to go somewhere now. Like it's a requirement. Where is it? Is it like?
Well, just
Colombia, like South America, maybe.
It's just like how they wanted certain parts of Mexico. I think they wanted a passport on the cruise. On the cruise.
Wow, okay. That's interesting for Mexico. But
I think it was,
Yeah, that makes sense because I think I had to show my passport going to Cancun.
Yeah. So, but there was a time where you didn't because you were on the cruise.
Right.
So, listen, everybody, get yourselves together.
Here we go.
Get with your family and friends, people who love you and care about you. It is important to grip your tribe right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let people know you love them. Absolutely. Because either Jesus is coming back like they said he would, honey.
Right.
Or he is calling some soldiers like he said he would. Yes. Because, it's a lot of death and dying. Mm-hmm. And I'm not
a lot.
And we're entering into that season where people really start to feel that loss.
Right.
So
a lot of sadness, the divorces, the deaths, the loss.
Baby, listen, Linda. I know it's a lot of Hollywood that is not staying together. Right. And I don't mean to be in their business.
They're trying to show us something, too, through that.
I don't know.
I wonder if it's programming.
Because I don't see the... Maybe if I was following all of the Caucasian celebrities, I might see that, but I don't see that.
See what?
The divorces that show up as often as ours, because either they're private, or they discuss them, or they're their publicists or the people in charge take care of it.
Don't see I
don't see the public smash of white divorces of celebrities the way I see us breaking up.
But I feel like we get on us so bad. So we're looking at Shade Room. When Shade Room is following, they're smashing us so bad. You know what I mean? But they're not showing everybody.
Right.
So it's, I don't know.
I don't know what the message is, but I know you can't take it personal.
Right.
No.
You really can't. You can't feel like that's a representation of love and and relationships. Not at all. Yeah. Not at all. However, I would like to speak to my black men. I'd like to speak to my black men in that, first of all, I'm going to dispel the myth that we don't care about you. Because we do.
We do.
We really, 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 really do. A lot of black women that are just waiting for our brothers to get it together.
The phone died.
Right? To get it together. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We're looking for, listen, black men. You are and always have been because of what you're made of. Because of all good things that, make up a black man. And so you're always the target.
And always will be.
Absolutely.
And they managed to separate us real good.
Yeah, of course, purposed. And I'm hopeful that most people realize that was where we are now has a lot to do with how they purposely divided us, because that started from the gate, separating us.
It did.
You know, in slavery, separating the family, you know, and it caused so much trauma. And we know now, because we understand that trauma can be hereditary. Mm-hmm. That stuff follows us in our DNA. Yeah. And the deeper the trauma, you know, the harder in your DNA, the deeper it is embedded in your DNA. And now you going through something in 2023 wondering why me? And you never know. Right. It might be some stuff that is in your family tree from centuries ago.
Mm-hmm. And that takes work.
Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of work.
That takes work. It takes work about finding who you are. You know, who am I from? Where am I from? Desensitizing from some of the shit we've been taught earlier. Absolutely. And shedding that stuff out so that you can get some fresh information.
Absolutely.
So my plea to black men is this. Because you've always been the target, because you've always been the ones that they want to steal from the household, because when we're one, we're great. So phenomenal. What we're looking for as black women is for you to take that stance back, because there's been a lot of hurt and mistrust and, trauma in your lives that you gotta seek some counseling or some assistance, some other stronger men in your lives, because that seems to be lacking. And my thing is, when you're dying in the streets at the hands of people who should be protecting you, when you're dying in the streets behind females because, you trusted the wrong one and she set you up, and, a lot of men in jail behind a female.
A lot.
So my plea to you is, take life serious. Find you somebody you settle down with, because there's nothing like a black woman who loves and cares about you. Right. Find that.
Right.
Yeah. And I promise you, life gets easier. Yeah. But you got to find that woman. You know what I'm saying?
Sure do.
And you ain't got to find very long. And yes, she is the prize. I know we've had conversations about us not being the prize, but I'm gonna have to speak on that. We are. And the reason we are is because we give life. That's a prize.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not that we put ourselves on a pedestal, it's that we recognize that we are a prize.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anybody says we are. And we've had a back and forth with the guys because I think they thought we were trying to put ourselves on a pedestal. Men, stop thinking you are the prize. That's the problem. We're not. Stop getting in your emotions when I'm in mine. That's not going to work.
Ooh, I can't stand.
Stop getting in your emotions when I'm in mine. We should not.
You men have been telling us for years we're emotional. We're emotional. You must be on your period. You must be on your period. You're emotional. We've embraced the emotions now, nigga. But you can't do it. You cannot be the one that competes with me when I feel some kind of way, and you know me.
Girl.
Or maybe you don't know me, but you know what women are capable of when we're feeling some kind of way on our emotional tip.
And you're supposed to be the one to look
stabilize me.
Balance us. Yeah,
stabilize
then I might, and I appreciate a man who can. Are you done?
And that's the submissive part in a woman. So understand submissive. It's a give and take. Right. So if you're able to bring me down, because you're that one, then guess what? I slip right on back into, baby, what you want for dinner.
And it's crazy because Laura London said that about Nipsey, and she did a whole little skit about how he brought her down, and he was a man, and he, he stood in that.
They're supposed to neutralize our chaos.
You're
the masculine energy is supposed to settle the feminine chaotic energy down.
Yes.
It's supposed to happen.
We have hormones. We do be on our period.
Exactly.
Sometimes we cannot control that.
We bring life into this world.
And quite frankly, right now we're overworked.
And we're overworked.
We are overwhelmed.
It wasn't
full-time mothers.
Because we are in positions we ain't supposed to be in.
So we just want y'all to come home. We just want you to find your home. We want you to find love and comfort in somebody that you can actually trust. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we need the community.
Yes.
And we need it for this next phase in life. We can't branch off and just, it's mine. It's about mine and what we accomplish. No, we got to reach back and help somebody.
People acting like they don't need each other. We need men and men need us. That's just what life.
The balance is beautiful, y'all.
The balance.
Yes, especially that black love. So if you start talking about black love, the time just went like that.
Right.
But I had a quick little thing I was going to say about Tell the Truth from my book. And I'm just going to read like two sentences real quick. Tell the simple truth, no matter what. Make it a habit to speak the truth all the time. It's simply just trusting you and being honest. Telling the truth and being honest is a practice. It isn't always automatic trait that just flows from our veins, because with truth there's consequences. So with that, thank y'all for joining.
Thank you.
Flies by.
It does.
And it's getting dark outside. Oh, Lord.
Already.
I love it.
Ready.
It's fall.
Savings.
So Hot 702.5 FM. It is Get It Together every 9.
Jezzi.
And Tay.
God bless.
Good night.
Peace, love, and light.